Existentialism and Humanism, also published as Existentialism Is a Humanism, is a short philosophical work based on a 1945 public lecture by Jean-Paul Sartre. In it, Sartre aims to clarify and defend existentialism against common criticisms, particularly the charges that it is pessimistic, amoral, individualistic, or socially irresponsible. The text serves as one of the clearest and most accessible statements of Sartre's existentialist philosophy. Sartre begins by defining existentialism through its most famous thesis: existence precedes essence. Unlike objects, which are created according to a predetermined purpose or design, human beings first exist and only later define themselves through their actions. There is no fixed human nature given by God, biology, or metaphysics. Instead, each person becomes what they are by the choices they make. Sartre contrasts this view with traditional philosophies and religious doctrines that assume an inherent human essence established in advance. A central implication of this idea is Sartre's strong emphasis on human freedom, which lies at the heart of his philosophy. Because there is no predetermined essence or divine plan to guide us, human beings are radically free. Sartre argues that we are condemned to be free. Even refusing to choose is itself a choice. This freedom is not merely political or psychological but ontological. It is built into the very structure of human existence. At every moment, individuals are responsible for defining themselves through their actions. This radical freedom brings with it absolute responsibility. Sartre stresses that when we choose for ourselves, we also choose for all humanity, because our actions implicitly affirm a certain vision of what a human being ought to be. This idea leads to his response to moral criticism. Existentialism does not deny morality but instead grounds it in human responsibility rather than external rules. Moral values are not discovered but created through action. And individuals must fully assume the consequences of their choices. Sartre also addresses the existentialist themes of anguish, abandonment, and despair, which critics often interpret as signs of pessimism. He argues that anguish arises from recognizing our total responsibility, abandonment from the absence of God or objective moral laws, and despair from the limits of our control over the world, far from being paralyzing. Sartre claims these experiences are honest acknowledgments of the human condition and can lead to authentic action rather than resignation. Finally, Sartre defends existentialism as a form of humanism. Despite rejecting traditional humanist ideas of a fixed human nature or inherent dignity, Sartre insists that existentialism affirms human value by placing human freedom and responsibility at the center of philosophy. Humans are not defined by external authorities but by their capacity to choose, commit, and act. In this sense, existentialism is optimistic. It affirms that meaning, values, and purpose arise from human freedom itself. Overall, Existentialism and Humanism presents a powerful vision of human life as self-creating, morally serious, and fundamentally free, with freedom serving as the cornerstone of Sartre's philosophical outlook.